It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to November the 14th of the year 2023 when the Nashville Predators were at home to face off against the Anaheim Ducks at Bridgestone Arena. Nashville Predators head coach Andrew Brunette deploys his lines in the following way. Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Nyquist, Sherwood, Glass, and Evangelista, Trennan, Parsonen, and Sissons. Tommy Novak out of this game with an injury 4 to 6 weeks. Foodie, McCarron, and Smith make up your fourth line. Yossi and Fabro, your first defensive pairing. Luzon and Carrier. McDonough still out of the lineup day-to-day. Del Gaizo and Barry are your third defensive pairing. And UC Saros gets his start in net on home ice. 1:16 into the first period, it is UC Saros coming up with a save on Cam Fowler, his first save of the game and the first shot on goal of the game. At 1:28 of the first period, we find our first penalty in our first special team scenario of the game. It's McTavish. He's off to the box, 2 minutes for holding. UC Saros, though, comes up with the big shorthanded save on Vetrano's backhand, and then Gibson comes up with a save on Glass. At 4:14 in the first period, Gibson comes up with a save on Michael McCarron. McCarron in the lineup over Philip Tomasino in this game. 4:50 at the first period, Gibson comes with a save on Luzon through traffic. Good shot there by the Nashville Blue Liner. 5:55 of the first period, Gibson comes with a save on Luzon again, this time at much closer range, and this time off the backhand. At 9:49 of the first period, Vakanainen goes off to the box, 2 minutes for holding. Gibson comes up with a save on Forsberg through the defensive screen. As a matter of fact, the shot went through the defenseman's legs. Great tracking there by Jonathan Gibson. Forsberg then hits the iron on the near side, and then Gibson comes up with a save on Yossi. Shot on goal at this point in the game is Nashville 10, Anaheim 2. We're just over halfway through the first period. 13:07 of the first period, UC Saros comes up with a save on Jones at 13:38. The first period, Alex Carrier is off to the box, 2 minutes for boarding. We would see an outstanding penalty kill by the Nashville Predators. They would not give up a single shot against, and it would be Fabro and Sissons doing the work out there on the PK for the Nashville Predators. At 18:49, Lacombe off to the box, 2 minutes for hooking, prevented a backdoor scoring chance, maybe more than that, might have prevented an actual goal by the Nashville Predators. He'll go off to the box for potentially 2 minutes. That's where we'll find Gibson coming up with a save on Philip Forsberg. We hit the end of the first period. Nashville out shooting Anaheim 11-5 in the first period. No score in the first period, but the power play for the Preds will carry over for 49 seconds into the second period. We start on that clean sheet in the second period, and not much is happening for the Nashville Predators. But as soon as the power play expires, just 14 seconds after the power play is the exact number, at 1:03 of the second period, it's Philip Forsberg scoring his 7th goal of the season, the first goal of the game, giving the Nashville Predators a 1-0 lead over the Anaheim Ducks at Bridgestone Arena. This goal was just absolutely otherworldly, sick. Whatever adjective you can think of to put to this goal, it applies. He tapped the rebound into the air. The rebound was already in the air. Lifted the rebound up and then tapped the rebound down. So he hit the puck out of midair 2 consecutive times and then kissed it off the post and had it trickle across the goal line just for effect to really put the exclamation point on it. But Philip Forsberg, a double tap out of the air, his 7th goal of the season. He is really just red hot as of late. Now, the Preds do lead 1-0 on home ice on Forsberg's 7th. 2:16 of the second period, Saros coming up with a save on Cam Fowler at 3:20. Saros a save on Minchukov and his deflection at close range. At 6:46 of the second period, Gibson comes up with a save on Sherwood. 6:56, Saros a save on Jones's redirect. Again, another close range scoring opportunity. At 7:17 of the second period, it's Sherwood off the box. 2 minutes for high sticking. Again, the Nashville PK is just incredible. This time, McCarron, Trennan, O'Reilly all chipping in to give up 0 shots against and honestly limit the Ducks to almost no zone time on the power play. Just truly an incredible PK by the Nashville Predators. We go to the 9:20 mark of the second period. Saros comes up with a save on Terry. 9:47, Gibson comes up with a save on the captain, Roman Yossi. 11:52 of the second period, UC Saros comes with a save on Silverberg. At 12:49, we've got a situation. It's Luzon versus Gudis. They're both going to get 5 minutes, but Strome is going to pick up an additional 2 minutes for stepping in at the beginning of the fight. Gibson's going to come up with a save on Glass's jam attempt at close range, but then the captain, Roman Yossi, after great zone time by the Nashville Nashville Predators and some solid passing. This would come at the end of a long period of control for the Preds. The captain, Roman Josi, fires away from out high, a just bomb of a shot. His third of the season goes into the top shelf far side, giving the Predators a 2-0 lead in the second period at Bridgestone Arena. 14:55 of the second period. Gibson comes up with a save on Barry, plus the follow-up by Yakov Trenin. Trenin back in the lineup, getting an opportunity here. 16:21, we see McCarron versus Johnston, and it got more strange than that because the fight was fairly benign, pedestrian, but then Johnson, I guess, still had some energy left. Johnson goes ahead and takes a swipe at Dante Fabro, knocking Fabro down and getting himself a 10-minute misconduct. I honestly wish the ref would have given him just an additional 2 instead of the 10. The 10 doesn't hurt anybody, and the Ducks were fine without Johnston in the lineup for 10 minutes. The Preds deserved a power play for Dante Fabro getting swiped at and knocked down there on this play. So that situation, McCarron versus Johnson, not a great fight. A very interesting follow-up, though, after the fight. 17:28 of the second period, and there it is. If the Nashville Predators won the power play, this probably wouldn't be happening. Fowler scores his second goal of the season. It was a wrist shot that glanced off the D. It was the Ducks' 10th shot of the game. Coming at 17:28 of the second period, the Ducks only have 10 shots on goal. Fowler's shot barely tips off the D. I honestly, I'd like to say it's a soft goal because Saros saw it. There was no traffic in front, but it did skip off of the defenseman, so I'll leave it at that. Nashville 2, Anaheim 1. 17:56 of the second period. Gibson comes up with a save on Yossi's wraparound chance at 18:07. Saros comes up with a save on Frank Vetrano. At the end of the second period, Nashville Predators lead 2-1 and are out shooting Anaheim 22-11. We go to the backside of the sheet, and we get a clean sheet of ice for the third period. We're 1:43 into the third period, and it's Gibson coming up with a save on Luzon. Again, Luzon was all over the place offensively. At 4:11 of the third period, though, it's Ratko Gudas with his third goal of the season, left wide open from the blue line all the way down the slot. He crashes hard with the wrist shot. Not the best goal in the world for the Nashville Predators to give up. Up by 1 goal, and they give up a wide open in the slot to a defenseman who is not out there for his offensive abilities. His third goal of the season ties the game up at 2 apiece. At 8:44 of the third period, Saros comes up with a save on Minchikov. At 8:59, Saros comes up with a save on Jones. At 9:07, you see Saros comes up with another save on Jones. It was the best zone time of the entire game for the Anaheim Ducks, and by far the most shots on goal they generated at any point in time during this shift. Minchikov and Jones were just absolutely raising hell out there against this Nashville Predators team. At 10:23, Killorn is off the box. 2 minutes 4, holding on Parsonen. Incredible effort by Juuso Parsonen right here. Puck control, dancing all around from the end wall to the half wall, back to the net, gets a scoring opportunity, and earns a power play for his Nashville Predators team. Gibson would come up with a save on Forsberg with the mask. It appeared the cage was broken, and if it wasn't, it was just a savvy veteran play right there by John Gibson. Immediate whistle because of the potential problem with the mask. The mask did come off as well. The Nashville Predators would be unable to generate any more good scoring chances on that power play opportunity. At 12:42 of the third period, Gibson comes with a save on Trenin at close range. 14:28, Gibson a save on Barry's long shot. 14:59, Gibson another save on Trenin. But at 16:09 of the third period, it's Vakinen, his first goal. He's a long shot through traffic after the Nashville Predators were sloppy with the puck in their own zone. Nashville is now down 3-2 at home ice. 16:44 of the third period. Citizens off the box. 2 minutes for slashing. An outstanding PK. The Ducks were just happy to see the 2 minutes expire. 0 shots against for the third time in this game. The Nashville Predators held Anaheim's power play to 0 shots on goal. At 19:15, we finally hit the empty net scenario for the Nashville Predators. And at 19:55, we find an insane scramble, multiple whacks, but nothing goes in the net. The Anaheim Ducks almost paid a heavy penalty for getting greedy with 13 seconds left, firing the puck the length of the ice and taking an icing when they had full control of the puck and could have just slid into the neutral zone to end things. And that insane scramble leads to nothing for the Nashville Predators. They fall 3-2 to the Anaheim Ducks on home ice. They outshoot Anaheim 31-20. 31-20. They held the Anaheim Ducks to 11 shots on goal through 2 periods. They gave up 20 for the entire game, and they lost 3-2. And I don't care about the Anaheim Ducks' sixth comeback of the year in the third period. The Predators should have been well aware that was coming. And the Nashville Predators now have blown 4 2-goal leads in 3 games. Completely unacceptable for the Nashville Predators. They are not the best team in the NHL. They're certainly not supposed to win the Stanley Cup this year, but By God and sweet hockey, Jesus, you can play better hockey than that, especially with your home rink, blowing 4 2-goal leads in 3 games. Barry Trotz was going to get on the phone. You could tell he was pissed off at the end of that game. That's going to do it for the end of the Rebirth Sports full game recap analysis coming up next.